Friends, welcome to Automation Concepts with Priya. So, today I'm going to talk about why getting started with automation feels hard sometimes and what we can do to make it simple. So, the people I talk to or the businesses I talk to think that automation is complicated. And in my experience, there are five reasons for it that why it might feel hard to get started with automations. And you have a lot of decisions to make as a business owner, or even if you want to automate your personal tasks to get more time for your life. So, we'll quickly talk about the five reasons why it might feel harder. And why we are talking about this is because this series, Automation Fundamentals, is essentially about the concepts, basic concepts in automation that if you understand, you can pick any tool easily, understand it quickly, and start automating. So that's the goal. But we are talking about the reasons why it feels hard is because once you know what might be blocking the progress, what might be stopping you from taking that first step, I think it becomes easy and I hope it helps you. Let's get started quickly on this. So getting started with automation feels hard. So, in my opinion, there are five reasons for it. So, one is like too many moving parts. You might have too many decisions to make. You have people to coordinate with. You have to make finance decisions. Then there is data, tools to be managed, which might, all might be staring at you at one time and could become overwhelming quickly. So, so it feels hard to move on with the automations. The solution to that is break it down into each step into pieces and then move forward. Then, so that's our first reason, too many moving parts. Now, the second reason could be unclear processes. So, the processes that you have, you know you are doing this, but you might not know each step that is being followed. So, for example, let's say there is a form on your website. Okay. You created a form on a website and somebody fills it and it gets saved in maybe let's say WordPress backend or maybe it gets saved in a Google Sheet. Now there is a person A's responsibility that they copy it from WordPress or from Google Sheet and save it in the CRM. Let's say you're using HubSpot CRM and that person has to go and save it. So those are the steps that you follow. Now somebody is doing it and you don't know what steps they follow. Ideally, what are the steps? So one is form should be filled, form should be available. Then there you should have access to that Google Sheet or should have access to WordPress admin. Go to WordPress admin, go to the users list, copy the customer name, email, and phone number, and save it to HubSpot. Right. So just these are three, four steps. And if you have it written clearly, that makes your process very, simple and you have a standard operating procedure to follow. Then you can just pick it up and give it to your team member and they can quickly automate that. So having those steps makes it really easy. Then the third part is too many tools. So one of the problems of the modern times or today's is that there are too many tools. Like you have make.com, Anytime, Zapier, then we have AI, LLMs, and then there are HubSpot CRM, there is Airtable CRM. So of course it becomes hard to decide which tool to choose, how should we choose. Sometimes we get into that rabbit hole. but to tool, and it might stop you from, moving forward. So we'll talk about that, like how you can choose the tool as well. Then next problem could be um, resistance from your team. So it's the human side of anything new or uncertain. So when you create and trying to automate your processes, you might feel some resistance from the team members. Bec- it's not that people don't like change or they don't like automation. It's natural human reaction to uncertainty. Our brain is built to avoid uncertainty and fear and danger. So our brain perceives that as a danger because it's a change, some kind of change. They might fear that, okay, they might break something in the automation. They may fear that it will change their workflow or it might require more effort. Initially, maybe it becomes easier with time. So that could be one of the reasons. And another is, of course, as you can see on the PPT, it's the messy data. So that's one big challenge, that how do you clean up your legacy data and then automate it? Because if data is not clean, it's surely going to break your automation. And in all the automations that I have done, as I have shown in this example in the PPT, phone numbers are one of the culprits that always break automations. And of course, there are ways to normalize the phone numbers, standardize them using international format, but it happens. So some systems store them as a text or the string. Some systems store them as a number, so that data type becomes a problem in the automation. Or formats are different, some with dashes, some with brackets, some without spaces, some with the spaces. So yeah, you have to standardize it. So these are the five reasons. Now, what can we do to, simplify? In my understanding, again, just follow simple steps to solve it, and let's talk about it. So the first one is, pick one simple process. Pick something that you do daily. It could be simple copy paste of data from one system to another system. It could be something repetitive that you do daily. For example, it could be, you know, creating an invoice. So for example, let's say you have list of invoices which are pending in a sheet or Excel sheet or a Google sheet, and team member A approves them that they are ready to be invoiced. Now your job is to make sure that that invoice is sent to finance, it's created, it's sent to customer, and it gets paid, right? So, pick that simple process, and then in the second step, like I explained before, write it down. Just write it down as a SOP. What is the SOP? What your SOP might look like. Person A approves the invoice and sets the status as ready to invoice. Person B daily checks the sheet, picks all the invoices which are ready to be invoiced, and then emails them to finance team. When finance team creates it, sends it, they come back to the same sheet and they mark it as paid once that is paid. So that's your simple, you know, 4 or 5 step bullet point. Now, once that is there, now you know what you have to automate. Now, pick a simple tool, any automation tool that you like, you have heard of, your friends might have recommended, your colleagues might have recommended. Zapier is most common, and is picking up in popularity. It's a bit more technical, but it's picking up popularity because of its open source nature. Uh, and if you ask for my recommendation, make.com, you can pick make.com. You can start with its free version, or you can subscribe to the basic plan, which starts at 9 USD per month. Just pick it up and start automating. And once you have automated, make sure to document those steps. Now, how you can document it? You don't have to go and write it in a document. You can use a tool. There are free tools available, like Double is there, Dubble, or you can use a Scribe, like I've mentioned in the PPT. You can use scribe.com, and I'll add the links to these tools in description box as well, and just save it. And now give this automation to your team to use it. Let them use it for a few days, get familiar with it. If they make a mistake, it's okay. Let them make a mistake. They will learn and they will see the benefits. If it requires any refinement, do that. And Bola, you are good with your automation. You are good to go. You have your first automation, which might be saving you 3 hours a week, 5 hours a week. You don't know, depending upon the volume of your invoices you are creating each week. So yeah, that was our topic today about why start getting started with automation, how you can solve it. And now in the next video, we will go and create this invoice automation so that you can create it with me, or you can use that video and create it. Subscribe to make.com or any other tool that you like and just go and create it. So thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.